Hello, Mzansi. As you know, Hollywood Bets always gives back to the sporting world here in South Africa. It's no different from a journalistic point of view. As many of you will know, earlier this month, the South African Football Journalists Association Awards were held. And from there were some big winners from a sporting point of view. There were also big winners from a journalistic point of view. And Hollywood Bets getting right behind this drive as well as we go on to find out more about that.
Every year, the South African football media machine comes to a standstill as some of the nation's leading journalists head to the SAFJA Awards, which are proudly powered by Hollywood Bets. This year, the South African Football Journalists Association headed to MultiChoice City to host its prestigious event, and it proved to be the perfect venue for the occasion.
Well, the SAFJA Awards are a very important part of our football calendar, and especially the greater football ecosystem. The South African Football Journalists Awards is a resemblance of, how the journalists within this space are able to recognize themselves as peers, as well as the outstanding women footballers and the outstanding men's footballers that played throughout the 2024 and 2025 season. So it's a really exciting event to be a part of, and there's some interesting additions to this year's categories with the Kasi Football Tournament of the Year, which we're really excited about and to see. And we are really looking forward to another fantastic day of awards where we recognize the best footballers in our country.
An occasion like this is, I think it's a culmination of a lot of hard work that goes into the stories that we read, the breaking news when it comes to the beautiful game, of course, that we see on television, on the screens. Today we finally get an opportunity to celebrate those that are behind all of those wonderful stories and those that fuel the passion that we have for football.
From a footballing point of view, the big award winners on the day were Ikram Reyners and Boitumelo Rabale, who were named as the Men's and Women's Player of the Year respectively, while amongst the scribes, Mthokozisi Dube won the Written Journalist and Journalist of the Year awards, while the Gussie Games of the Year went to the Kaba Cup.
Look, I was in disbelief, especially when the second award, my name was mentioned for the second award. And this is because when I looked at the list of journalists that were nominated for the award, I think incredible journalists who've done some exceptional work. So, but to go in and receive the awards is very encouraging for me, and it challenges me to continue working hard.
Unfortunately, I'm very happy. Bengalindele ukuthi ngaba yiwinner, especially ngoba i-tournament yami seyinje. Iqale 2022, it's been 4 years ikhona. So ukunominatwa nje bekuyinto enkulu mina.
That's the first reason why I became involved with Hollywood Bets, for the fact that they're giving so much back to the community and to, most important, to Kasi football, where I started, where I was scouted and became a professional footballer. So for me, it means the world to me, and to still be part of it and to see it growing yearly, I'm very proud of it.
We are super proud as Hollywood Bets to be part, of the revival of the energy and the spirit, of South African football. If you see how well Bafana Bafana and Banyana Banyana have done over the recent years, it's just such a fantastic resurgence of spirit, of hope, of determination, and of belief that one day our football, will take its rightful place at the top. And as Hollywood Bets wouldn't want anything better than to be a part of that and a part of that growth. So it's really fantastic to be a part of these awards.
Hello, Mzansi. Once again, Hollywood Bets brings you Game On. I'm Caesar Mapena, proud to be in your company on a day when we bring you so much, and there's so much to talk about with the international window just closed and the FIFA World Cup qualifiers having just happened. There's the MTN8 final to look forward to later on today. And of course, before we get to all of that, before we get to our two legends, we have to celebrate excellence. A brother and sister of the show joined me nice and early here in Lonabamiso, as well as Mthokozisi Dube. Congratulations to the both of you, and just straight off the bat, for your lovely work over the years, but most recently, and very recently, of course, both of you are winning some big awards in the way of the South African Football Journalists Association Awards. Broadcast Journalist of the Year, Lonabo?
Yes.
Pick up.
Thank you so much.
So, Journalist of the Year?
Thank you
so
much.
we're surrounded by excellence, yeah? And I'll start with you, Lonabo. With the years you've put into this, to start to, I'm not going to say start to get the recognition, but to get the sort of recognition. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. It feels amazing, particularly because people see me on TV and they think, oh, this is a new girl in the industry. They don't know that 2014, I started on radio, 2000. So it's 12 years actually that I'm celebrating in radio. So for me to get the nod, but particularly to get it from industry colleagues means more. You know, I mean, I was surrounded by people I highly respect in the industry, and to know that the judging panel is senior journalists that have been around for long, and for them to see my work and think it deserves a nod, I was just so excited and happy.
It's got this terrible habit. Every time I work with her, she says, if you have any questions that you think I should ask, please. I'm always thinking, your questions are great, there's nothing I can tell you. But anyway, let's talk about your career. To get here, some of the struggles you had to get through to get this recognition you're getting now. Yeah,
man, it's been an interesting journey. I mean, obviously, because I think I just switched to sports reporting 5 years ago when COVID started. I was always a crime reporter.
Wow.
You know, but I loved football, so I think the transition was very easy for me because of my love for the game. But obviously, I mean, with journalism, you obviously have to sacrifice a lot, you know, time, sometimes resources. And I think that's the biggest challenge that we have, because to cover stories and be a credible journalist, you need to be on the ground and speak to people and, you know, get to build relations. So that's been the challenge, if I may, And
I'd love to get both your thoughts on the importance of the SAFJA Awards and awarding journalists for the work they do. I mean, with the way the world is evolving, social media, anybody can almost pick up a microphone and a camera and say, look, I'm a journalist, and start to ask questions. For the true journalists in the building, those that get the recognition you guys have gotten, how important is it to get that recognition and to separate Jack from Jill, so to speak? This is a real journalist, and this is someone who's interested in maybe having a conversation online.
It's very important, Cesar, because as you're saying, there are a lot of, anyone can say I'm a journalist now.
These days,
and just because you put videos on TikTok, you can call yourself a journalist. But that separates from, as Mtho said, the resources that you need, the time that you put in, sitting, not sleeping, because
expertise as well,
researching, expertise as well, and sometimes even education. Some of us actually took some sort of education to get to where you are. And that is, SAFJA then says, on top of that, we're going to say we're an organization that recognizes credible football journalists in the country. And being a journalist is a thankless job. We're always attacked on social media. Your facts are always questioned. As a woman, your facts are questioned 5 more times than they are from Mtho, because people don't see you as a credible person. So an organization like SAFJA to say, no, actually, we see you and we think your work is great is a massive achievement.
We hope you guys keep growing and keep doing the lovely work you're doing in your service to South African sport. And again, take our hats off to you and congratulate you for the great work you've been doing and for receiving your awards.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, there you have it. The Journalist of the Year and the Broadcast Journalist of the Year in the first segment of Game On. Now, we take a short break, come back, and Haskins steps up to the plate, as does Jerry Skosana, as we talk about what's been happening in the international window. Stay with us.